Listening to music helps us with those brutal deadlifts, to improve our mood, to concentrate. For example, surgeons are operating us while listening to music. What the hell is that, man? I hope that they are not listening to some heavy metal. And so I again did another experiment of running with headphones and listening to some motivational songs. And then the next day, I ran without anything and I just listened to the beauty of cars. But before that, because I'm a little bit skeptical after doing the test and how I felt, it should make us run faster because we are motivated, you know, and so we will run faster. The biggest, the brutal mistake of beginning long distance runners is running fast. Remember this, man, run slower to run faster, you know? Rush slow. But maybe that was just my experience and I'm a dumbass, I'm an idiot, so maybe, you know, it works normally for you. Music moves us. Yeah. No, like technically muscles and skeleton. This is horrible. And it's especially powerful for running to get you pumped up and ready to perform at your best. It is really risky, it is dangerous listening to some motivational music. We will get to that in a second. It improves your mood. Me listening to breakup songs. There's a good chance that music will boost your spirits and optimism, distracts you from discomfort during your run. I've got here another page, which is like, you know, I try to find like a page which focuses on the disadvantage of listening to music. According to one study, your body actually feels like it's not working as hard when you are jamming to your favorite tunes. What? Okay. In other words, music doesn't just distract you from a discomfort, it will also make you run harder and fast. Here we have it. This is the problem I experienced. No, we will not get into the times. Not yet. Rush slowly. Don't just put on headphones. This just like applies to my fellow idiots. I've put on those headphones and I felt super energized. Let's pump it up. And that's a problem, you know, because you will be totally over motivated and so that will make you run faster. It also increases your chance of being in the zone. I thought it will say risk of injury. Which is true, huh? Meaning that you are more likely to reach a sense of flow and runner's high more quickly. And then runner's high, what the hell, man? Don't smoke weed. Improves running performance, okay, that's probably the same thing, you know. My brother-in-law often selected music that would allow him to maintain the cadence he wanted to maintain, okay. Safety when running with music, yeah, that's the very big disadvantage because you just cannot run on the road. You know, I start to like running on the road and I actually like understood why they are running beside the pavement, sidewalk. Well, the sidewalk is typically like not even and yeah, you cannot hear the cars going behind you. Technically, you can solve this out by running on the opposite side. Problem solved. Another big disadvantage, experience just people not really used to running, walking even with headphones. You cannot hear yourself, man. And on top of that, you will like hear those drops, the way how you are running, and so like it will make like mess. It's not like I will be dying in a pain, man, because of that, but it's just like uncomfortable. Keep music at a reasonable level. That's another good point. The further you will progress in the run or even working out, typically the music will get quieter and so you will have to boost it up. Nah, don't do it. Definitely go for wireless, man. You don't want to be running with like some virus. Man. You have to eliminate as many things as possible. That's when I appreciate these small ballers. Let's go on to the second page. Should you listen to music while running? It depends. To tune out pain and discomfort. Some research suggests music effectively does this, but it doesn't report how the runners who ran through pain and discomfort felt the next day. This again connects to the motivating you to run faster. And when you are running faster, especially as a beginner, I believe that it doesn't really affect like sprints because there is like wanted, you know, you running faster and faster. But on long runs, run slowly. Yes, Sergeant! Forget the mindset that if you run faster, then you will run the whole circuit distance faster. Nah, if you run slower, you will run in a longer like segments, let's say. Maybe you'll run even the whole circuit in one go. Depends if you, for example, do in the middle push-ups, same as I do. So then you have to stop. I ran 750 meters in 3 minutes, I believe. And from that point, I just couldn't recover. I was breathing super heavily. While some of your running workouts might be very intense and therefore involve that particular kind of pain and discomfort, most of your runs should involve zero pain or discomfort. There shouldn't be any to tune out. Yeah, I forgot. Basically, yeah, if you run faster with music blasting your ears where you cannot hear anything, and so you will also increase the risk of injury because you are running faster and you are beginner. You, for example, if you will put on headphones, you will be motivated, but you will still keep your tempo. Yeah, you have to have not 5 IQ brain as I have. The purpose of pain is to indicate that what you are doing is likely to harm you. Pronunciational 0. If you tune out your aching knees, the pain in your feet, or your overall unpleasant sensation of pounding day after day instead of responding to it by taking care of your body and improving your form, you likely will get injured sooner or later. To run fast, here we have it. Some research suggests that listening to motivational songs before or during a run helps you run fast. When and why are you trying to run fast? If you're trying to make every run a fast run, that's a problem. That's a freaking huge problem. Running too hard too often raises your risk of injury and damages your health. I thought I read the brain, like... Well, maybe a little bit up. In order to turn your fitness into a good race performance, you also need to develop the skill of listening to your body. We don't need to read all of this, but the main message, I wanted to give you with this video is to be very careful with this, Put on headphones, put on headphones, break up song as me. It will help you, but don't turn the boost into you running faster. No, just keep your pace. Some suggest you can listen to some podcasts, but I don't know if I'm capable of running for a long time, being totally dead, and to that pay attention to some podcasts. Running with friends and chatting. For that you will need to lower down the pace of your long distance runs a lot, I'd say. Okay, now let's get into the experiment. I still run the same 4-kilometer circuit. The fastest time I ran it was 19 minutes and 50 seconds, and I started at 26. Yeah, so the goal was simple. Run it faster. Run slow. Okay, so the first day I chose to run with headphones. I screened only the final time, which was 19 minutes 59 seconds. Man, I was so lucky that I ran it at least under 20 minutes, but I was slower. Because I truly believe that the music I listened to made me to be motivated, and I automatically ran faster. Also mentioned you not really hearing you breathing. For me as a beginner, is not really a pleasant thing. And so I don't know if it was actually better to run with music or without it. Anyways, right after that, no headphones, nothing. I just listened to the beautiful sound of cars. I was in the middle, almost under 10 minutes. 10 minutes and 1 second to it. I did those 20 push-ups, which can also technically slow me down a little bit if I will one day do it faster and then slower, but I'm not really pushing it to the maximum, so I would need to recover for a lot longer. And the result is very fascinating, very interesting. Maybe the previous day was just worst day. So the second day, without the headphones, I ran it. Wait. 19 seconds faster. 19 minutes and 40 seconds instead of 19 minutes and 59 seconds. It might be just a coincidence, that's highly possible. I believe that without headphones, I managed a little bit better my breathing because I actually heard myself breathing. I would say running without headphones for me is better. Actually, I would say maybe you should at least skip listening to something when you are doing a lot of work on PC with headphones on and listening to something, or maybe just even talking to a lot of people throughout the whole day. Then you just wanna zone out, or how to say it, and not listen to anything. Give your ears a little bit of break. So very unexpected results, but just a coincidence maybe. You can definitely comment down below if you listen to podcast music in general, or maybe if you are running with them, try to take them out and really focus, on breathing, on everything. You can just try it and see if you will be actually faster.